Hi, Dave here, and today we're going to do a quick video, I think. And it's going to be kind of my reflections on. I'm trying to figure out how to balance the random videos because I don't really have a series right now. Except for the art reviews, that's pretty much the only consistent thing that I have for this channel. But I think I can do like I can stick to some kind of randomness in my work, right? Because not everything has to be defined from the beginning, you know? I could do like reaction videos, or I mean I basically react with the art reviews, right? But maybe I can just be a bit more random. So by the way, I did watch this anime. I kind of binged watched this Gundam series. It's I believe it's called the Iron-Blooded Orphans, and I believe there are only 2 seasons. But well, I'm probably going to spoil a few things here. So if you're interested in watching this anime Gundam series, I would not recommend you watch this video. But yeah, I'm going to try and sketch a Gundam. Or now I know I did a video on painting or sketching with reference, but I'm not following my own advice, so that's kind of a dick move. But yeah, I just want to get into the whole. I want to be more direct with my work and just be less kind of because I tend to overthink whenever I do videos. Like, what should I work on? What should I show off? Or should I do like should I do research beforehand? Should I write the script? And shit like that. But I think that kind of gets in the way of you making stuff. And you can always kind of refine things as you go along, right? And yeah, I did enjoy this Gundam series, and it did kind of made me feel things. And I did feel kind of sad. I had to like take a break from watching like the whole thing in one go, because there were painful moments, right? And right now I'm going to stick to black and white just because I'm trying to get the feel of the Gundam. And it does have like a similar look to the Evangelion AVMX, right? So yeah. It's one of those animes where it's not you won't feel as good in the end. It's kind of like a bittersweet feeling, but it's okay. It's a good anime. And when it comes to my style development, I do find the anime kind of rendering style but interesting, right? Even the way they do the mechs, they like to do these sorts of highlights kind of in the edges. Whenever there's some kind of corner, they tend to kind of add some kind of highlight. And it reminds me of the work of Nivan Shantara. I believe he's some kind of Canadian French person. He does a lot of mechs, and sometimes he does render his mechs in that way. And when it comes to my sketching style right now, I believe I'm being inspired by Shinku Kim, because he does love to use or he likes using the flat brush. Nowadays though, based on with his recent Instagram posts, he's been a bit more experimental with his brush work, right? But he still sticks to mix, so you can pretty much tell that it's Shinku Kim, right? And yeah, he's pretty focused on the whole mech thing anyway, so kind of makes sense. And here's the thing about the anime kind of manga style. It's a bit precise. It's hard to be impressionistic with this sort of subject. Although I have seen a few artists, Japanese artists, who who were able to kind of do the impressionistic look. Not many, but I've seen it. And it's also pretty rare to be direct with your painting or drawing or illustration when it comes to like manga anime style. There's often this usual kind of like line art, flat colors, cell shading kind of stuff, and it looks good in the end, and I think it does pay off. But for me, it doesn't feel as natural, and I don't know. I'm trying to find this balance of, because in the end, the results do matter. So it doesn't really the way. Look, if it's good looking in the end, I don't think it's a bad thing to be a bit kind of chaotic with your sketch work or brush work, right? I believe the reason why I should have reference on the side is because it helps me to kind of understand the forms a bit, because I'm kind of making the forms up from imagination, and there's a time and place for that sort of thing. So, but again, I did this just because I tend to hesitate when making videos, and I need to kind of catch up on the video making, right? But hopefully you can see something here, right? It's a bit chaotic, but if you zoom out, it actually looks kind of good. And yeah, look, I just think you have to be careful when watching this Gundam show, just because it's one of those shows where people die. The characters you like will die. So in a way, it's kind of like Game of Thrones, but I'm not really into the whole Game of Thrones world. But again, I'm more of an anime. I'm not a heavy anime guy, but I like anime. So I don't think the shoulders are working here. I think they need to be more sharper, aggressive, right? I'm kind of reminded of Ross Draws a bit. Like, if you see the way he paints, he's not very tight with his work. It only looks tight in the end. Like, he tends to retouch or kind of polish things a lot in the end, but a lot of his paint strokes are pretty simple, right? And basic. But a lot of his works look kind of print ready in the end. Like they could actually be sold as prints in his shop or whatever. Now for the face, I think we can try to work on the silhouette a bit. I'm still using the flat brush here. And I believe we're in pen tilt mode, although in Clip Studio Paint, the definition or the terms are different. Direction of pen. It does it does have a fuck. So I believe direction of pen in Clip Studio Paint is initial direction in Photoshop. So I think the eyes are somewhere. Let me just define the face a bit, right? I know the chin tends to be pointy. It kind of, this part right here kind of looks like an alien kind of head, and I'm not really a fan of that. It needs to be sharper, I think, right? Again, I'm painting this or sketching this from imagination, just trying to get the feels from the anime and bring it onto this canvas right here, right? Now again, it would have been better if I did have reference. And they have like big arms or like cannons in the side, right? And Shinku Kim likes doing this, adding big cannons or propulsion types of things, right? And I believe he has a similar brush, like a flat brush. Just check out his ArtStation, and you'll see like he has like a consistent bunch of sketches or designs where he uses this kind of similar brush. Right? And I do like how the hydraulics are kind of seen in the Gundam near the waist, so it kind of makes it a bit more flexible. right? Again, I'm not really good with the whole structure thing. It helps, or it would have helped if I had reference, but I'm trying to be ballsy right now. Right. If this is the shoulder plate, where would be the arm? The shoulder plate needs to be different. Right? And it helps if you're kind of zoomed out so you can see the bigger picture. The head part is not working for me right now. I feel like it needs to be... I know the eyes are kind of... It has that kind of Evangelion-esque kind of eyes. They're kind of slanted and... Oh, by the way, that please stand me by kind of scene in the beginning. Let's try it now. That's actually one of my favorite characters. Now, spoilers. Fuck. People die. Again, it's a bittersweet kind of feeling because I understand it's a show, it's not real, but sometimes I feel like it's good to be reminded that things won't always turn out, you know, the way you want it to. Ew, so deep, bro. And you're just going to have to deal with life, I guess. But yeah, like there's so much that's out of our control, and I think being able to not just focus on what you can control, but being able to handle and accept the things that happen to you that are out of your control. I think that's the harder thing to do, because in a way you are kind of powerless, right? And now this part right here, it looks like a motorcycle kind of helmet, similar to the kind of the headgear in Jaeger types of mechs. You know, think Pacific Rim, right? So I'm not sure if I should keep that. By the way, I think I'm going to adjust the shape of this head. So what I'm going to do is create a new flattened version of this. Shit. I believe I did have a shortcut for that. Shit. I need to be able to create a new flattened version of this thing. So, merge visible to new layer. Let me just adjust my shortcuts here, because I think because I tend to do this thing in Photoshop where I would edit on a flattened version and play around with the marquee or lasso tool to kind of adjust the proportions and stuff like that. So if you go to the shortcut settings, so you're seeing this live, or not really, but player, merge visible layers. Really? That can't be true. Paste. Why is it not working? No, this is the... I'm trying to create a flattened version of the whole thing where you have the white background. I'm not sure why. Oh, it's working now. That's... Is it working? Fuck. Shit. Oh shit, I don't think it's working. Why is this happening to me, bro? We'll just do it manually, I guess. Merge or merge visible to new layer. Let's try moving it. So I think we need to adjust the shortcut. I'll go back. I think I found it. I'm sorry. It's important to have proper shortcuts, especially if you tend to go back on the command. Like if you're doing the same thing over and over again, it helps if you have an appropriate shortcut, right? Okay. We'll try it again. We'll delete this, right? Control Shift V. There you go. If you move it around, you can see the white background kind of copied from here, from the paper, right? So what I would do now is hit the lasso tool, right? Select the area I want to kind of edit. I'll hit Control T and then transform. Maybe I'll hit distort. Shit, maybe scale. Pre-transform right here. Make it slightly smaller, more protruded forward, maybe rotate it just a bit as so. Okay. Let's hide, unhide, hide, or unhide, hide. I think this one's better, slightly. I'll hit Control T again and just rotate it just a bit. Right there. Right? I can maybe erase parts of this. There you go. And then I'll just paint on top of it, maybe on the new layer. So yeah. Sorry about that. I should have used the please stand me by, but it's good to know that, you know, sometimes shit happens, and yeah. And it's you can always adjust or use methods like these by making new layers and using the transform tool and stuff like that, but sometimes it's good to just paint over your mistakes. And that's, I think, the biggest lesson I've learned from Feng Zhu. If you watch his I believe Feng Zhu design school channel or design something channel, he kind of preaches being more direct with your painting and solving problems more directly instead of having to use so many layers, because it does take less time, right? If you're good. I mean, you can always train for this sort of thing, right? But again, it takes time. I'm trying to recreate the hydraulic system here, and I believe there's an opening. Shit, and you can see something perhaps in the back. I'm still using the flat brush. I'm using gray just because there are hydraulics behind the thing, right? I'm creating a sense of depth, I guess. The arms are kind of missing. Again, this is some kind of shoulder plate, so it has to be known. Although I'm kind of disappointed, again, spoilers, that the blonde chick, I forgot her name, the ambassador maiden, I'm kind of sad that she did not, or she wasn't impregnated by the main character, because it would have been cool if he had like an harem, right? Because I mean, he didn't have like a big group of babes, but he had like two, you know, the cook and the ambassador chick, and they're pretty close anyway, so it's they had a nice family dynamic. But yeah, it was kind of sad, you know, like, why didn't he? I mean, they were close, but things happened, you know, chaos. They were in a state of constant kind of war, I guess, and it's just sad, and the guy had big hands. And another thing that I do like about this series is that it kind of promotes fitness. So essentially, you can see a lot of jacked dudes, and it's pretty motivating, right? I mean, obviously it's stylized. The bodies are pretty stylized, right? But it's based off of reality. It's quite achievable, and I think one of the biggest lessons or takeaways from the I mean, there are many lessons from this series, but being able to move forward, I think, is the constant theme, right? Constantly being able to move forward and to not stop, right? And it's not even about the destination. It's about it's so corny, but it's about the journey. It's about the journey, and yeah, like there is some truth in that concept. It's kind of cringy. I'm sure you've heard it a bunch of times. It's pretty much annoying at this point, but I did watch a dub version, and it's not bad, It made me feel things. Again, look at how I'm zoomed out. I think I'm just trying to figure out the silhouette. Trying to tighten up the head here. I think the head is too long, so we'll do that. Right, thicken up the head a bit. There you go. Let me just check my volume here, if it's okay. I think I'm fine. Anyway. So right now, I'm focusing on grayscale. I notice how I'm not doing the full body. That's kind of cheating. And I tend to do this with most of my mechs. Again, I'm not even that good, but I tend to focus on the body first, or the head and body, or upper torso. Sorry about that. I was just kind of dehydrated there, but yeah. I'm actually enjoying OBS Studio for doing my recordings, just because you have more tools at your disposal, and you're a bit more. It's a bit more flexible and less tight compared to, say, Camtasia. I mean, I still kind of post edit and do some final stuff in Camtasia. I mean, I do the same thing for the audio. I still use Audacity in the end. I mean, I could publish this video as is and this recording as is, but I do like to do some post-processing when it comes to my videos, because it does sound a bit better if I do post-process the audio and the video. For the video, not much, because it's pretty much, I don't need to do much editing when it comes to the video. But for the audio, I think it helps if you have like a very it's not professional level, but it's good, it's there. I just have to keep moving forward. Whoa, Gundam style. Oppa Gangnam style. Anyway. And yeah, there were so many love interests in the film or in the series. Most of them did not happen. And it was just so frustrating. And the voice acting was really good. It made me, well, not cry, but I was close to crying. I mean, I did have to like pause and just like step away from my desk and just kind of process the emotions, right? Because I think I'm being too tight here. Let me just, should the head be smaller? I don't know. Maybe I should do this. I think that's better. And then do this, do this. Maybe this armor thing is a bit too strong. Or maybe it's too thin. I'm trying to find this. Oh shit. Did I move something again? I hate this. I wish there was a block feature. I mean, maybe you can't see it, but let me just hit F6. Hopefully you can see the brushes right now, but sometimes when I hit the brushes dialog box, I sometimes grab onto a different brush and then I tend to drag it somewhere else, and it just kind of makes things so confusing, bro. And I don't like it. By the way, for you Clip Studio users, hit Shift Tab and then Shift Tab again to kind of hide both of those tabs on top, right? I can do it again. Shift Tab to show it all again, and then hide it again. Shift Tab, Shift Tab. It does have a cleaner look, right? So, yep. So right now, I think we're still going to focus on the flat brush, right? So I'm not sure how long I should paint, but I think I've been doing this for about half an hour, right? Like, how do I make these videos more consistent? I think I'm a bit too zoomed in. I think I'm going to keep the helmet for now. I do like the look. Let's add some white here. So it's kind of a mix of both. When you're doing sketches like these based from like inspiration and imagination, you're going to have to rely on your memory. No shit. You're going to have to design a lot of things. And I think that's the hardest, not hardest, but it's the thing that slows me down is the designing part. I can be very kind of shit, wrong brush again, god damn it. I can be very artistic, impressionistic, right? But the moment I have to kind of refine things, like, it's so easy to dream, right? Oof. But being able to actualize it and make it, like, get the results you want, that's a different kind of skill set, you know? And it does take more effort. And maybe that's what I lack, you know? Effort. Maybe I'm not just trying hard enough, you know? And, yeah. I feel like this arm is a bit too forward. Maybe I should do this. And then hit the whites here. Paint over that mistake. The arm is kind of missing here. Again, I do want the plates to be plates. It reminds me, I'm thinking of the shoulders of the Darling in the Franxx mechs, the Franxx. The mechs in the Darling in the Franxx are called Franxx with a double X. And they're kind of like this. Lots of diagonals, I believe, right? There you go. As you can see. And they do have fuck a pointy kind of thing here. Excuse me. I'm back. I'm enjoying that break scene. Please stand by. And yeah, again, that character is cute, hot. For now. No. Most of them died, by the way, just to be clear. If you're falling for someone, don't. It's a trap. That's how they get you invested, you know, they make you feel things, right? Even if it's a bad feeling, if it's a good, like, if you really feel the feeling, you're going to suffer. And you're just going to get hooked in anyway. You know, that's how they get you, you know? Through emotion, right? And it's so cool being able to be impacted by an animation, by art. I consider anime as an art in a way. Of course, some would say it's more commercial, more entertainment, but if it can help me dream, fuck it. Now again, you can see me struggling with the arms because that's what I lack. Knowledge on the arms. Maybe the arm should be thicker. I'm not sure how the arm should go. Maybe I should bring in a what's the word? Like a Shinku Kim kind of image to kind of guide me. I think I'm adding too much detail in the beginning. I do want these sorts of dark grays here. Yeah, the blacks even to really kind of solidify. Huh? Not bad, eh? Ooh. Oppa Gundam style. Boo, rubbish. Right, not bad. Let's try it here. I think the arm here, we'll try the Control Shift or Control Copy, Control Shift V. If you move it around, yep. I'll hit M. M is my personal shortcut for the marquee selection tools. Control T, move it around here, right? Maybe bring it further there. Hit B. That's my personal shortcut for the brushes. I do know Clip Studio Paint has like blender or blending brushes, pens, inks. It has a bunch of symbols, but I tend to put most of my brushes under one symbol. It's kind of like the India ink symbol. It just keeps things simple, right? The only thing that's kind of outside sometimes that I use is the eraser one. I just hit E and the eraser is kind of there, right? But usually I just go for B. Even when I hit B, I do have, hopefully you can see it, I do have an eraser thing here, which again, you do have to kind of edit these specific ones and name them yourself. But yeah, you can always dedicate your eraser to a different shortcut. Anyway, excusez-moi, pardon me. Why am I not painting? Oh shit, I just hit this eraser. Fuck. Flat brush again. There you go. Was that so hard, Dave? No. It has to be darker, I guess, here. More contrast. Oof. Look at the power, right? Hopefully I can get some of that anime kind of feel. Again, if you just focused on kind of, especially rendered, colored types of anime art, the way they render it, like there's so much variety in hues. And the way they gradient, or they grade, not grade, but they kind of break the colors down, it looks so pretty, especially whenever you do the hair and stuff like that, or folds. Wow, these artists are like amazing. And a lot of them don't have, or they belong, or they tend to use Twitter more than ArtStation. So I think I should add more artists from the Twitter world. They're obviously usually Japanese, but it's kind of sad because I can't, like, the name, how do I feature the name? Like, I don't even understand what the words mean. So that's kind of sad. I feel like the shoulders need to be tougher looking. I don't know. Again, I'm struggling with the design here, trying to make it look cool. Maybe I'll add these spikes here, like demon horns. Oof. And in the Gundam series, the iron-blooded orphans, there's a lot of reference, where they do reference the angel and devil kind of thing. Like the Gundams are actually classified as more like devils, and I believe the animal big one, fuck, they're more like the angels, but they're not kind. They're more like destructive, kind of kill all humans kind of angel. Anyway, I think I've painted shit. You can see my OBS right now. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, I'm back in Clip Studio Paint. I think I'll end the video there. I'm going to keep these video shorts. Maybe I can continue this in the next video, hopefully. So yeah. I think we'll do that. Again, I'm trying to figure out how to do these sorts of random videos, and because I also want to be consistent with them, right? So it's hard to be. I'm trying to mix everything, essentially. Being reactive, talking about random stuff, maybe talking about some recent anime that I watched, talking about lessons learned, maybe mixing in some tutorials or shit like that. But fuck. The point is, I should make videos, and you should too, by the way, because you have to kind of get the momentum going. Because if you've seen the progress of my channel, there are times or weeks where I just keep pumping videos, where I'm just kind of on fire, and then after that, I kind of just drop from existence. And it's not necessarily burnout, because I'm not tired in any way, but I think it's a lack of direction, which is a big theme in the film. Like they call the main group is often being led by other people, by circumstances a lot, and they're kind of not often in control, and they're always kind of in a reactive position, but they still try to keep moving forward. And I think that's the most important step, is to not kind of stay still and to just kind of keep moving forward. So yeah, I think I'll end the video there. I'm still trying to figure out the whole outro thing, but yeah, keep moving forward. You know, if you're kind of struggling with what to do, if you're kind of in that analysis paralysis kind of mode, do your best to be consistent. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. Just when it comes to, say, marketing, just keep pumping out those videos. It doesn't have to be, again, perfect or right in any way. The same thing goes for your sketches or drawings or paintings. You just have to keep going, I guess, and eventually it will just kind of happen. I mean, I'm not saying don't take breaks. Obviously take breaks, but I don't think it's a good idea to take long, like week kinds of breaks. So keep drawing, keep painting, keep learning, and stay free.